In the freezing waters of the Earth's polar depths, surviving more than a few seconds is usually impossible. But this next individual claims he swam in a near-frozen Antarctic lake.
Humans are warm-blooded, and if our core body temperature drops below a certain degree, our body systems freeze up and we die. I'm here to meet a man who claims he's immune to this cold.
I like to swim in extreme cold water.
Ram Barkai claims to push his body to extremes no other could survive.
Yes, your hands are frozen like this, and you can't feel your feet. But aside from that, it feels fantastic.
It's more than just cold water endurance. He's the ultimate ice swimmer. Ram's asked me to meet him in the heart of the Norwegian Fjordland, so he can show me what he's capable of.
So let me get this straight. You're basically going to swim in near freezing water.
That's as good as it gets. That glacier is actually melting into the lake, so probably the temperature is close to zero.
I mean, how is that possible? How can you swim in such cold water?
I've been swimming in cold water for a long time. I specifically focus on swimming rather than just cold water endurance.
Like, do you have a high pain threshold? Or, I mean, what makes you different?
I believe a lot of this is in the mind. I've trained myself to make sure that I don't panic, make sure that I regulate my breathing. I'm very focused when I go into ice water. I'm kind of in a different space, and I try to keep in that space while I'm swimming.
The water's only just above freezing. A sudden immersion should cause shock, hyperventilation, or cardiac arrest.
Oh my... Oh. There's no way anybody in their right mind would jump in this water. I don't believe you. There's absolutely no way.
Is it sore?
Yeah. It's sore. My joints ache, and I was only in there for 5 seconds.
But Ram says he can stay in this water as long as he likes.
He engulfed his entire body in this water. This seems completely impossible. I don't know how he's doing this.
What makes Ram so different to static cold water specialists is any physical activity, like swimming, only increases the body's heat loss.
Ram, are you okay?
Survival time should be reduced to minutes.
I can't believe what I'm seeing. A man's actually swimming in near freezing water like it's bath water. I can't believe you got in the water. This is so cold. You seem all right, though.
No, I'm fine. It's very cold there.
But you're okay.
I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine, yeah.
What Ram has shown me is incredible, but he claims to be capable of pushing it much further. He wants to attempt to swim 1,000 meters. That's over half a mile, in water only 1 degree above ice. Ram will push his ability to survive to the very limit. There is no margin for error, so we have expert cold water medic, Professor Alf Bruback, on hand.
What the body does is that it, at all costs, it wants to keep the body temperature stable. So what it does is that it reduces the skin temperature, particularly on the extremities.
What would happen to a normal person if they're in the water for 20 minutes? This cold water.
Normally what will happen that you can get hypothermia. Your body temperature will drop. So what he's doing, if we allow his body temperature to go low enough, he is in very severe danger.
To monitor Ram's core temperature during the swim, he's swallowing a thermometer capsule, which will transmit the temperature straight into Alf's receiver.
Comes up at 37.8 degrees.
Is that normal?
Yeah, it's totally normal temperature.
The kilometer swim should take Ram around 30 minutes. A strong swimmer would not even make it 100 meters, and most victims of this water temperature die before swimming just 30 meters.
You almost feel like you're diving into hot oil or burning oil. It burns your skin.
I just hope he can make it out alive. I'm in Norway with ice swimmer Ram Barkai. He's about to attempt a 1,000-meter swim in near freezing water.
If you jump in water this cold and try to swim around, your body could seize up, could sink to the bottom and die. Please do not try this at home.
Professor Brubrack will monitor Ram's core temperature, normally around 100 degrees Fahrenheit. But if it falls below 86, unconsciousness will occur. In case this happens, a harness has been attached to his waist, as they'll only have seconds to reach him.
Okay. Okay, go. Go.
So Alf, what should his body be going through right now?
His body is going through that he is feeling intense cold. He's probably also extremely uncomfortable because he starts getting numb his hands and things like that.
Is this what you expected to see?
No, I don't. I would have expected him to be much less controlled now than he is. So he's actually doing this thing very well. Look at his strokes. I mean, you see he's actually moving very, very controlled through the water. And look at his facial expression. He's still totally in control.
And he's already done 470 meters. I mean, this is absolutely amazing.
It's amazing.
At halfway, the doctors notice that his body temperature has dropped by a few degrees, but he still looks strong.
He's doing it a little slower, and you can also see that he's
Bigger splashes, huh?
splashing more than he used to, so he's actually powering.
He's feeling the effects. Well, honestly, he's blowing my expectations.
Oh, mine
Because
too.
I did not expect him to be performing so well while he's in the water for so long. I mean, this is absolutely unbelievable.
This is really fantastic.
I mean, did you ever believe that a human body can pull this off?
That is, I would never have expected this.
700 meters?
In this water, a normal person would be frozen solid, and it's even starting to take its toll on Ram.
He has got a very good stroke when we started, and it's a bit more stiffer. So his muscles probably stiffing up a little from the cold.
$850 meters. So we're coming towards the end of this swim. So far he's done 900 meters and he seems perfectly fine. Only 100 meters to go.
Ten meters! Good minute!
He's out.
Hey!
Yeah! You did it! That was incredible!
Alf needs to check his core temperature.
His body temperature is 34 degrees, which is amazing.
It's only dropped by a few degrees during the kilometer-long swim. But now is the most dangerous time. As his body battles hypothermia, the blood flows back into the extremities of his numb body. The cold blood moves into his heart and should cause his core temperature to plummet.
Been trying to get a hold on his temperature. Been putting clothes on him, got the heater on, got blankets going. You can really see how the cold has affected his body.
Like when he's in the water, Ram seems to be able to use his mind to take these potentially lethal after effects in his stride.
So what's his temperature now?
34 degrees.
I was under the assumption once he got out of the water, his core temperature would drop even further.
Yeah, but it hasn't.
So, I mean, at this point, he's basically defying science.
It's just example that human beings are doing much more than what we think they can do. I mean, this is an amazing feat. Really amazing.
Being immune to conditions that would kill an average person in seconds, well, that's definitely a superhuman ability. And it proves once again that the human body is capable of incredible feats.